All right, what's up everybody? Renee, Lowkey Geek here, and I am on my way to the movie theater because it is Monday and Regal is having another one of those Monday mystery movie nights. And the last time I went to attend one of these, I was able to see Champions, the Woody Harrelson, Bobby Farrelly directed movie, which was actually pretty decent. It wasn't that bad. New one for today, there's a lot of speculation saying that maybe this is going to be Dungeons and Dragons, maybe this is going to be Air, the new Matt Damon, Ben Affleck movie, or what's that, Paint, the Owen Wilson kind of homage to Bob Ross. So very kind gentleman letting me go. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing what movie are we going to be surprised with today. So let's see what happens. All right, we are here, and this is the movie theater I tend to watch all my movies at. What I love about it is that for a theater that is not in the suburbs, it feels like a suburban type of movie theater. So it's huge, has a lot of screens. So yeah, I love this place. Plus, you can't beat free parking. Yeah, so like I said, very big, lots of screens, huge through here. All your movie posters, all that stuff like that. So yeah, really cozy place to catch a movie, especially on a weekday. All right, so we are supposed to be in Theater 4. Here you go, mystery. What is it going to be? We shall see. All right. I wonder how many people are here right now. Let's check it out.
Zero payments for 90 days, and 500 bonus cash on select vehicles. Now, during the Hunt Day Getaway sales event.
Nintendo Switch presents some Bowser stuff. When there's trouble brewing in the Mushroom Kingdom, there's only one man who's proud to be behind it. Bowser. Who's the leader of an army filled with Koopa Troopas and Goombas? Bowser.
Alright,
He's
I'm turning it off now.
good, but at the end of the day,
Catch you guys
he's
after
just
the
a
movie.
father.
Our goal's pretty simple. I want to help you get what's in here and just splash it onto there. Don't worry, it's not rocket science. It's harder.
So I am back home now after returning from the theater, and yes, today's mystery movie was Paint. It's one of the coolest things I like about the Regal Monday mystery movie is that, you know, it allows you to see a movie that maybe you were on the fence about, maybe you caught a glimpse of it through a trailer, and then maybe you said to yourself, you know what, that looks like a movie I wouldn't mind watching, but I'm not really rushing out to go see it. Maybe I'll catch it on cable, maybe I'll catch it on a streaming service or whatever the case is. But you know, this lets you and the audiences who decide to press their luck and roll the dice and check out a movie in the theater that they may have not normally have decided to go watch in the first place. I was pleasantly surprised in the past and, you know, maybe disappointed one or two other times, but however, this movie Paint I was actually really happy to see because it was one of those movies where I said to myself, oh, I kind of want to see that, but it's not on the top of my list. Now in the past, whenever the movie was revealed, I would see people leaving the theater. The theater today was surprisingly pretty packed for a Monday night, and I'm noticing that each Regal Monday mystery movie night that they're doing, the more and more people attend these things. And I think it's also because they run a special where I think it's only $5 for a ticket. I have the unlimited pass, so that's why I get to watch these movies throughout the month. But I'm definitely seeing more and more people, and what was really nice to see is that nobody left the theater today, which was great. The last movie I went to, which was Champions, as I mentioned before, there was maybe 2 or 3 people that left the theater theater altogether. But here, everyone remained, everyone was watching, and for the most part, like myself, everyone was pretty much pleased. Of course, if you don't know anything about the movie, Paint stars Owen Wilson, who plays Carl Nagel, who is kind of like a Bob Ross character, one of the most important, prestigious artists to come out of Vermont, and he does a PBS show there out in Vermont. One of the funniest aspects about this movie is that Carl is still stuck in, you know, the 60s, 70s, and he lives his life in that same way. But since he's such a prolific artist, he has tons and tons of people, you know, pretty much falling for him and loving him and watching his show every day. However, times are changing, and you know, sometimes stations, they need a little pick-me-up, so they decide to hire a new artist played by actress Ciara Renee, who kind of, you know, sparkens up things and lightens things up and kind of, you know, proves to be that competitive counterpart to Carl, which unfortunately sees him trying to struggle with being himself and learning what made him passionate about painting in the first place, and maybe getting a little bit more in tune with the times. Deep down inside, this movie is also a love story between Carl and Catherine, played by SNL alumni Michaela Watkins, who I thought was really great in this role. And of course, Owen Wilson is Owen Wilson. He does his shtick very well. But for me, the standout was Stephen Root. I love Stephen Root, and he was really hilarious throughout this whole movie. This is one of those movies where the humor and the comedy is very mellow and very like under the radar. You know, it's like things that you will catch them saying that you're like, oh, that's pretty funny, or they will, you know, kind of stay on a joke to kind of, you know, show the visual aspect and the visual side of things that, you know, make it really funny. So I'm guessing if I lived in Vermont, I would notice like a lot of people who live in Vermont are very chill, mellow, you know, kind of unique in their own ways, and I'm sure some would say quirky, and that's pretty much this movie. The movie is pretty much all of that, all wrapped into one little thing. The movie is directed by Brit McAdams, whom I'm not so familiar with, and it looks like this may be his first movie, but you could definitely tell he has a lot of influences from the movies I'm sure that he's seen with the actors involved in the movie. I at times felt like this movie was very Office Space like, but of course in a different setting, not in a corporate environment, but more in a creative, nature-esque type of surroundings and all that. So if you're into that kind of humor, then this movie will definitely gel with you. However, I think this is one of those movies that's like perfect for a more senior crowd. There are a lot of more senior and elderly attendees in the theater, and they loved it. They were laughing a lot of all the jokes, laughing at all the little callbacks and references of the times that I'm sure they're familiar with. And of course, Bob Ross was a huge character for a lot of people, a huge TV presence and personality on PBS, and those who were fans of him or still are fans of him will definitely appreciate all the little references, nods, and little parodies that they've played throughout. So if you're looking for a great movie to take your parents to, or maybe your grandparents to, or your aunts and uncles, a nice little family outing at the theater, then this is probably a great safe bet for all of you guys. However, honestly, I think this is a type of movie that maybe is better served at home, and maybe you don't necessarily have to rush out into the theater to go watch. This is a perfect Netflix movie. This is a perfect Netflix and chill, maybe on a weekend when you have nothing else to do and you need something to watch on TV, and this happens to be on a streaming service that you own. I would definitely recommend watching the movie because you will be entertained. Unfortunately, a movie like this that's coming out to theaters will get overshadowed by all the other stuff that's coming out within the next couple of weeks. So I won't be surprised if no one hears about this movie as it releases in theaters. But that doesn't mean that you should totally ignore it. Like I said, if you have a chance to watch it, I definitely recommend it, especially if you are into the type of comedy that's very mellow and chill and kind of smart and witty in a lot of different ways. And because of all of that, I rated this a 3 stars on Letterboxd. I didn't like it per se, but still it was a movie that I really thoroughly enjoyed. That's it. That's my adventure into the Regal Monday mystery movie of today, and that is my review and thoughts on the movie Paint. Does Paint sound like the kind of movie that you'll be interested in watching? Let me know in the comments. If you're watching this review after maybe you've seen it, let me know what you thought of the movie as well. I appreciate all of you watching and tuning in. If you haven't done so already, please don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet, and hit that notification bell if you want to get notified each time a new video is uploaded. Low Key Geek is also on your podcast platform of choice. All you have to do is search Low-Key Geek and you'll find the channel up there where you could download audio versions of most of the things I post here on YouTube. Also, if you are in a position to further help support the channel and help the channel grow, don't forget to check out our affiliates found in the description below. Well, that's about it for me today. Stay cool, stay classy, stay safe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. All right, peace out, y'all.